Hello, we hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another Fortnite news episode. Of course, in conclusion of TwitchCon, that being Fall Skirmish Week 6, guys, the $2 million prize pool, plus, of course, you have team bonuses in there, so upwards of over $4 million in prize pools handed out in just one single event. The largest Fortnite event we have seen so far, and it came with some huge surprises as well as some controversy and drama out there. But, of course, going over the results, we're going to see a lot of pro players in there that you recognize. A lot of other pro players either didn't make the grand finals or also placed pretty poorly in those. So we'll go over those results, guys. I think some big surprises so far. The first of which coming from a pro player out there who actually complained about the settings at LAN events. If we talked about this in previous episodes, guys, of course, forced max settings on LAN events as well as the gear as well. That was Poach. Unfortunately enough, Poach and Vivid did not make the finals, so definitely a huge upset when you look at the Liquid boys, that being 72 in Chaps and Vivid and Poach. 70 and 2 and Chaps actually did make the finals, but Poach and Vivid did not. They are definitely probably some of your top players, especially consistently over these fall skirmishes as well as summer skirmish so far. So it was rough to not see those guys there, and again, the Liquid boys in general did not do too well at the event, and again, you could probably blame those settings, and hopefully in the future we'll have more comments about that. If the future of these LAN events do want to continue, will we see pro players more customizable options? I certainly hope so. Also on top of that, and in the end of drama, it was actually Nate Hill alongside Funkbomb. If you guys don't remember the clarification of this, I think a lot of this was actually overseen. We all know about the Nate Hill suspension, the Funkbomb ban. He was kicked from Dusty Dogs as well as kicked from the fall skirmish, but he was still allowed, as quote from Epic themselves, to actually participate at TwitchCon. So there was a bit of confusion out there because no one really talked about that instance ever since they announced their partnership, and they did amazingly well, and boy are we glad that he was of course allowed to play at TwitchCon. I'm sure he is as well. They placed second overall, and it was amazing to see as well. On top of that though, Nate Hill kind of got screwed over by a little bit of a redeploy glider glitch. I'll show you guys the bug in the clip right now, and he was obviously and rightfully so very pissed off.
Each other, Mowgli down below, but at 175, we got a team stuck probably the highest hill. Top down view on everybody. Nate and Funk rotating in ever so gently, floating underneath, and
it looks like something happened there with Nate Hill as you see the frustration. We'll have to receive word on what exactly that.
And it was that same game. Funkbomb, I do believe, survived solo all the way to second place, a second place finish. If he had not done that, and this, of course, luckily they did get second place, they weren't very close to Tfue and Cloakzy, who, if you guys were not aware, won the entire thing. Amazingly, we'll talk about that in a second. But if that wasn't the case, again, they were just 1 point away from third place and a few points away from way back as well. If Funkbomb did not survive solo there, yeah, it really, if this could have been a huge thing. And on top of that, what if Nate Hill did survive? They managed to get a few more points. I don't think they would have beat Tfue and Cloakzy, but you never really know. And of course, this kind of bug, which is obviously not Nate Hill's fault, definitely needs to be addressed, and obviously probably closely related to the redeploy glider release in our latest patch update. So that was really rough to see, but of course, Funkbomb goes on to carry that game itself and secure them a second place spot overall. Just overall, amazing gameplay, especially by Tfue and Cloakzy. It's great to see this duo partnership as well, because throughout qualifiers, you would probably say Tfue carried the team, but throughout playoffs and grand finals, I mean, it was actually all Cloakzy. Of their 28 eliminations, I believe 22 were Cloakzy. They both did a great job surviving. I think top 10 consistently placing throughout each and every heat in the grand finals. It was crazy to see the chemistry of these guys, and of course, a well-deserved spot. On top of that, though, of course, Nate Hill and Funkbomb, they go second place. We also had Aiden alongside Nicky Mercs, the console players. They finished top 10 at 9th place, but it was also crazy to see some big fall-offs. So of course, like I said before, Poach and Vivid not even making the grand finals. Their Liquid partners not doing so well either. We had more Goss, actually kind of good for him. He placed his 16th place. Alongside that, though, I think it was very surprising to see the Atlantis duo, who really had dominated the European side of things throughout the entire skirmish, actually throughout both skirmishes, that being Magin and especially Mitro. You guys know the name very well. They go 31st place. So that was amazing to see how far you can actually fall back if you have a few rough games. But again, the consistency here, guys, you've seen these top 4 guys, and especially these top 3 time and time again. Despite his 2-week ban, Nate Hill proving himself as definitely one of the best players. He might also be getting a tattoo now. He says he will live up to his word, so expect that baby grill tattoo coming soon here, guys, for him, as he did place top 3. And again, placing top 3 at all 3 FaZe Clan boys. We have Cloakzy, Tfue, and Nate Hill. Overall, the results were amazing, guys. I want you to comment down below what your biggest surprise was. It was a crazy event, and honestly, when you think about overall in esports, the amount of prize pools given out at this event definitely top ranks all time of all esports. I think over $4 million, if not $5 million in prize prize pool, if you include team bonuses, handed out in just one single weekend. It was great to see the crowd there. Obviously a younger crowd, a different layout than you typically see in most arenas. They all had a bunch of beanbags out there and laying on the artificial turf and whatever it might be. Alongside that, though, we now have our brand new list of top Fortnite earners, which is amazing to see as well, because now, of course, Tfue and Cloakzy go 1 and 2 in your top earners of all time, really pushing down that list. But I want to make a small comparison for all you Fortnite fans out there. What these guys have done in 6 months is absolutely unbelievable. In 6 months' time, they are now approaching the top earnings of many esports out there. Like, I follow the CSGO scene. I'll show you guys those two lists as well. They are now almost comparison. They're slowly creeping up on, in 6 months, what the CSGO guys have been doing for the past 6 years, if not up to 10 years for a lot of these players as well on this list. So it's amazing to see the prize pool in this. Of course, we all know $100 million in prize pools across 2018 to 2019, and it will continue, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. So yeah, Tfue and Cloakzy have now gone down in history for sure at Fortnite, guys, each grossing almost $500,000 within 6 months of this game. It's just absolutely insane to see, and the results were definitely insane as well. I cannot wait for our next skirmish, and of course, we'll follow it here, guys. Of course, probably some big updates coming soon. Hopefully, zombies are gone very soon, which they should be as we approach Halloween weekend this week, as well as Halloween this week, this Wednesday. So hope you guys all enjoy, though. This is an episode of Fortnite News here on the Esports Talk Show. I'll be back later as well to talk about Dr. Lupo alongside Ninja, who did not compete at TwitchCon, although they were at Blackout, the first Battle Royale Blackout event for the Doritos Bowl, and I'll touch on that next episode. But I hope you guys all enjoy. My name is Jake. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.